hard, but you did it. All right, thank you guys. Go be blessed. Woo.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Forsyth Technical Community College 2021 Commencement Ceremony. I am President Janet Spriggs, and we are honored to share this momentous occasion with all of you. And we are particularly excited to be here with you this morning in person, even in the rain. These last 15 months have been turbulent and filled with uncertainty and instability. Yet here we are. We have persevered, weathering the storm with tenacity, and we are finally excited to be face-to-face celebrating the fantastic accomplishments of the class of 2021 and welcoming many of the class of 2020 here today as well. You may be seated, Anne. Thank you. These two graduating classes are some of the most resilient students that have ever walked through the halls of Forsyth Tech, and they are also the only students in our 60-year history who had to leave our campuses, being forced to learn remotely because of a global pandemic. After what you have all persevered and been through, a little rain will not dampen our celebration today. I would like to start today by asking all of you to join me in applauding the class of 2021 and the class of 2020. Because of our safety precautions for today, we did not have a traditional processional. However, at this time, I invite our graduates to please rise while we play Pomp and Circumstance, the traditional march for commencement ceremonies in this country since 1905. Please stand as we honor you. Thank you, graduates. You may be seated. Once again, we are proud of you and proud of the way you have persevered to make it here today. You have earned all the accolades that come with attaining a college credential, and we celebrate you. At this time, I would ask everyone to please stand for the singing of our national anthem by 2021 graduate and 2020-2021 student ambassador, Faith Springs.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does the star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Faith, for that gorgeous rendition of our anthem. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, members of the Board of Trustees, graduates of the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, faculty and staff, family and friends, once again, allow me to extend a warm Forsyth Tech welcome to you, and thank you for being here today for this special celebration and commencement ceremony. I tell people all the time that I have the best job in the world. I also tell people that Forsyth Tech is in the business of hope and opportunity. For over 6 decades, we have influenced, educated, and enriched the lives of hundreds of thousands of citizens in our 2-county service area, Stokes and Forsyth counties, and within the greater Piedmont Triad region. Since 1960, when our college opened its doors as the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Industrial Education Center, we have been a catalyst for job skills preparation and economic and workforce development, and a significant provider of transfer degree programs to universities. The community in our name is important to us. We are not just a college, we are your community college, and we take our work seriously. We don't just come to work every day to crank out a job. We come to Forsyth Tech knowing that what we do can make a transformative difference in the lives of our students and the communities that we are privileged to serve. Forsyth Tech is proud to meet our students where they are, empower them to dream and to envision what their futures can be, and then help them create pathways to their dreams. At Forsyth Tech, we have a critical mission to advance student success through excellence in learning, completion and transfer, equity, and post-graduation outcomes. And we have a powerful vision that says Forsyth Tech is a catalyst for equitable economic mobility, empowering lives and transforming communities. We believe that equity is grounded in a culture of belonging where every learner receives what they need to be successful. We are proud to be a place of promise, and we make these promises to our students and to our communities. We promise to value, accept, and support all students. We promise to know each student and help them achieve their goals. We promise to help students find jobs and build careers. We promise to be a lifelong learning resource for our students. We promise to be a versatile partner for local businesses, providing needed services and ready-to-work employees. We promise to lead our communities in advancing social mobility and promoting social justice. And we promise to contribute to the cultural vibrancy and economic prosperity of the communities we serve. While our graduates are certainly the most important individuals here today, at this time, we do have some other special people and groups that I would like to recognize. It is now my pleasure to introduce our distinguished guests and board members with us today and to recognize those who have contributed so much to making this day possible. Please hold your applause until all guests have been acknowledged. I am joined on the stage today by our chairwoman of the Board of Trustees, Ann Bennett Phillips. Also in attendance today and in the dugout, we have several members of our Board of Trustees. If they could stand as I call their name. Jimmy Flythe, Evelyn Acree, Ernest Logeman, and Will Carter. Thank you, and please join me in giving our board members a round of applause. I also think today that we have with us one of our city councilmen. I wasn't able to see him before the ceremony, but Councilmember James Taylor, if you are here today in support of your son who is graduating, would you please stand so that we may recognize you? I would also like to recognize our excellent and supportive faculty and staff who take great pride in creating transformative learning opportunities and holistic supports for our students, meeting each student where they are and taking them as far as they can go. Forsyth Tech faculty and staff, please stand in recognition of your outstanding commitment to student success. At this time, we want to celebrate and recognize the extraordinary contributions of our past and present servicemen and women who have made sacrifices to protect our country. If you are currently serving or have served in our armed forces, will you please stand at this time to receive our gratitude through our applause? And now, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce your 2020-2021 Student Government Association President, Mr. Curtis Walker. In addition to serving as your SGA President, Curtis was also the chair of our College Advisory Board and the Vice President of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. He is also, as of today, a two-time graduate of Forsyth Tech. Curtis has done an exemplary job of representing each of you through his leadership, dedication, and commitment, and he has been a resolute and resounding voice for all Forsyth Tech students as a member of our Forsyth Tech Board of Trustees, and while representing the student body at several events around our community, our state, and prior to COVID in Washington, D.C. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Curtis Walker.
What's going on, Forsyth Tech? So, first I want to thank God, because only God knows how we got here. You're looking at a person that was making $2.25 an hour, and now he works for a Fortune 500 company, and that's all because of Forsyth Tech. So here we are. Let's take this moment in. It's cliche to say that we are never going to be here again, but let's appreciate the journey. If you would put your two fingers in the air, it symbolizes blessed, because everyone is blessed on this day. No matter where you come from, no matter what you went through, you are here, and it's your time to shine. This has been a journey like any other, and you will be able to say for sure what you were doing to the 2021 academic calendar. And you will be able to say that I slayed that giant. You're a Forsyth Tech great. I make no secret my aspirations for the institution. I believe that we are the Harvard of community colleges. I believe that when a Forsyth Tech graduate walks into an interview room, whether that be for a job or a scholarship or acceptance at another institution, they will recognize us. That belief is borne out through experience and the relationships that we have built over the past few years. At every turn, when in the company of fellow students from a variety of colleges, from the East Coast to the West, we have stood out. That is the hype, but it is more than the hype when it comes to you. And I am fiercely loyal to this institution and to all those who come before me and who will come after me. I make the remark that there was an event that caused me as a student to realize that we are so very special. We were at Lead 365, which is a leadership conference that is attended by many colleges from all over the country. There we were having a conversation with one of the best motivational speakers in the world, Mr. Curtis Hill. And when we finished that brief conversation, he turned to Ms. Lewis and asked her, "Are all the students of your college like this?" "Yes, we are." And after Constitution Day panel, attended by the mayor, state senator, media personality, and chair of other college departments, Dr. Spriggs told them, "I am able to say that you can see the caliber of student that will be entering our communities and the professional world." So the answer is yes. It has always been yes. It is continuing to be yes. That is how we roll at Forsyth Technical Community College. It is about us. It is about hard work. It is about your dreams and all the nights and days we have put into this. It is about our brand, individual and corporate. Yes, we have a shield, but we are that shield. We are that standard on display for all the world to see. It is about the first generation graduate. It is about Kristen Henderson working, supporting her kid and going to school. It is about my sister, Wendy Durant, Jasmine Leon, Tiana Anthony finishing the nursing program. It is about a country boy named Bailey Arts getting into App State. It is about Jordan White getting into North Carolina State. It is about a young man from Winston-Salem, Jeremy Brown, getting into UNCG with an international student who spoke no English when she arrived, but being the PTK president. It is about a president from a small town, North Carolina, who is an example of hard work, perseverance, and belief that has transformed our institution and is now our president. It is about a single mom getting her doctorate. On the low, like Miss Lewis, the director of SLE. It is about the Lachey's, who went from a student here to being an employee here, to Ian, Jessica, Crystal, Miss Piang Lang, Mr. Eddie Waddell, Mr. McKinnon, Miss Angela Cook, Vice President Mason Sawyer, who encourages us to know your journey may not be where it ends, but if you just keep going a little longer, you will make your dreams come true. Miss Tricia Gamble, Dr. Jeremy Porter, Mr. Jomo Leggins, Hope, and so many more. It's always about us. It's always been about us. So as you walk across this field, look around, take it in, look at these faces. These are your friends for life. This is our cohort. This is our group. This is our dream. We built this and we will keep building this. We are proud. We are alive. We are Forsyth Tech. Say our name. Say it loud. Say it proud. We are Forsyth Tech and we are family. Congratulations, graduates. We did it, but do not stop here. No, wherever life leads you, excel. Excel in the home, excel in the workplace, excel in your life, because you are excellence defined. The world is yours and needs the best that you have to offer. You have changed your stars. You do not know how many people you have inspired from your family, from your friends, little kids in your neighborhood, in your workplace. Because of you and what you have accomplished, they too know the impossible is possible. The dream can become reality. You have made believers out of people you don't even know, but they saw you and they see you now. In closing, my friends, remember, you have an extended family comprised of all the faces seen and I see around you. You are never alone. We care for you, and as the saying goes, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. We are Forsyth Tech, the Forsyth Technical Community College. Say it loud, wear it proudly. Your voice will be heard. Your voice matters because you matter. I love all of you, and you are perfect as you are. So tell the world, get ready to take that L, because here we come. I love you, and take care.
I just said to Curtis, wow, that was an inspirational speech, and you can see his heart is with the college, and it's certainly a hard act to follow. So again, thank you, Curtis, for those wonderful remarks and your service and commitment to Forsyth Tech. I've had the privilege of working with Curtis on the board for the last year, and he is a model student, as you can see, and an advocate leader for all of you, and we are so appreciative of his service to this college. It gives me great pleasure to welcome everyone, and especially our graduates, to one of the most exciting days of your educational journey. Many of you are first-time college graduates, single parents, working full or part-time, and going to college. No matter what your situation is, it should be a very proud moment, and you should be proud of yourself for your accomplishments today. A quote, "All of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." That quote's from Walt Disney. He had the dream and courage to think big. We all have a bit of Walt Disney in us, and today, the graduates are completing a big step towards this pathway to your dreams. As you embark on the next venture in your life, whether that be furthering your education or going into the workforce, remember, never stop dreaming and never stop learning. It is now my honor to introduce this year's distinguished commencement speaker, Dr. Krishana Hines-Gaither. Dr. Hines-Gaither serves as an Associate Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Guilford College in Greensboro. As the former professor, she has taught Spanish, Women's Studies, African Studies, Latin American Studies for over 20 years. She received her PhD in Cultural Studies from UNC Greensboro, her master's in Spanish education from Wake Forest University, and her bachelor's degree, also in Spanish education, from Salem College. Further, Dr. Hines Gaither is the very proud 1999 graduate of Forsyth Tech's Associate in Arts Transfer Program. So she's one of our own. She is also the recipient of Forsyth Tech's 2007 Distinguished Alumni Award. Dr. Hines Gaither is also the owner of Hines Gaither Consulting Firm, which is dedicated to supporting diversity, equity, and inclusion commitments. Her firm employs over a dozen expert consultants throughout the country. Dr. Hines Gaither is a frequent speaker and consultant to top-rated companies throughout the United States. We are thrilled and privileged to have her with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Krishana Hines Gaither.
Good morning. I would like to thank the faculty of Forsyth Tech, the staff, the Board of Trustees, my wonderful liaison, Dr. James Cook, President Spriggs, and most of all, the class of 2020 and 2021. Thank you for having me. So I thought today for my commencement address, I would really just tell you my story and explain to you how my journey really began at Forsyth Tech and where this journey took me. Channeling the Golden Girls, picture it, 1996, 1997 school year. I had just graduated from high school in June of 1996, and I later matriculated at Forsyth Tech. Now, almost 25 years later, you'll be in that position soon where you'll say, where did the years go? 25 years later, many shifts and pivots have taken place. For example, in 1997, on Forsyth Tech's campus, neither the technology building nor the Strickling Center had been erected. Something called the internet was still quite abstract to most of us. Hard to imagine now, huh? And it would be at least another year or two before I would have my first email address. And the most important factor of all, Biscuitville was located directly across the street from Forsyth Tech. As students, we received a 10% discount. I cannot tell you how many trips my friends and I made to Biscuitville between classes, and we had to make mad dashes back so we wouldn't be late to class. Now let's travel together. What was happening globally in 1997? J.K. Rowling published Harry Potter in the United Kingdom. Also in the UK, the world stopped upon learning that Princess Diana had been killed. In the United States, comparable to the inclusive work of John Howell and Victoria Burgos at Forsyth Tech, Ellen DeGeneres became the first openly gay woman to have her own sitcom. Reminding me of the science and math courses of Dr. Shelton Charles and Dr. Charlene Owens, by way of scientific advancement, DNA was used to clone the first primates. A postage stamp in 1997 was 32 cents, now 55 cents. As a student at Forsyth Tech, I had to go to the language lab for hours, which used to be located in the Allman Center. I had to listen to Spanish recordings and record my own voice on cassette tapes. Laura Hortal, I wonder what your students would say about this today. Raise your hands if you have never operated a cassette player. I'm seeing hands up all over the building. Not only was my entrance into Forsyth Tech eventful, but also my exit. I graduated from Forsyth Tech in 1999. This was the year before the world was supposed to come to an end. Everyone was terrified of the looming Y2K, when all the technological advances as we knew them were supposed to shut down. On January 1st, 2000, there was a global sigh of relief that the earth was still intact. Do you all remember this? Oh, and did I mention that the #1 movie of 1997 was The Titanic, a historical drama about a passionate romance between two young people from different sides of the track. Kate and Jack's experiences above the Titanic solidified that they were, in fact, from two completely different worlds. What headlines, noteworthy moments, or even a memorable commencement speech will you recall 25 years from now? Many surmise that we are in the midst of two pandemics, one being the plague of racialized violence, and the second being the largest health crisis of the past century. How will the times in which we are living today shape your world in years to come? To the graduating classes of 2020 and 2021, I too was a student and later a Spanish instructor here at Forsyth Tech. My commencement didn't look like this, but you weathered the storm, literally. I recall that an African-American English instructor named Betty Dillard, she was later the first dean of the Maisie Woodruff Center. She pulled me aside when I was a new instructor at Forsyth Tech. She explained to me that as an African-American woman, instructor, I would soon learn that there would be times when I would enter the classroom and be completely dismissed and viewed as less qualified. Through my rose-colored glasses, I wanted to believe that this was not true, and that if I put good energy into the world, it would automatically be reciprocated. Sadly, Betty was right. I still recall that day in Almond when a white female student challenged my authority, racism. I also recall an African-American male student doing the same, sexism. When you enter the job market, you may face the same dismissal based on your race or ethnicity, your accent, your gender, your sexuality, your religion, or a host of other factors. When I observed Betty's pronouncement up close and personal, it hurt me. But I want you graduates to know that everything that you have been through in life has prepared you for this moment, and better yet, has prepared you for where you are headed. When you fall down, let the love that you receive from your village be the spark that you need to get back up. Let the condescending attitudes from the naysayers and your haters, as we say, be used as fuel to ignite a fire in your belly to keep going. Undoubtedly, you have reached this point in your journey because you have already learned some of these truths. Dr. Maya Angelou wrote, "No matter how low you may perceive me now, I am headed for higher ground." Now I want to tell you a little bit more about my journey. I want you to understand the totality of my story. Like Leonardo DiCaprio's character in the Titanic, Jack Dawson, many would also characterize me as someone who came from the wrong sides of the tracks, whatever that means. I grew up in East Winston-Salem, and I was raised by a very hardworking, working-class family. My family had always felt it was very important to expose me to a world of possibilities. My mother had attended Winston-Salem State University for nursing, but she did not complete her degree. No one in my family had a college degree. I was the first in my family to graduate from college. Being at Forsyth Tech for the past few months, I would have benefited from the work of Christopher Martin, who works with local high schools to find the best talent. Forsyth Tech was where my higher education journey began. I graduated from Glenn High School in 1996. Thereafter, I returned to the restaurant where I had worked since I was 15 years old. My family had taught me the value of hard work and the value of faith. I worked at the same restaurant for 7 years, from the age of 15 to 22. One day while working at the restaurant, an African-American woman named Carolyn came to dine in my section. As she was preparing to leave and pay her bill, she asked if she could speak with me. She mentioned that she worked for the airlines at U.S. Airways. She explained that I had been a very professional waitress with a pleasant demeanor. She asked if I had ever considered working as a flight attendant. I said no. She went on to explain that my skills as a waitress were quite compatible with what I would be doing in the air. She then added a detail that would change the course of my life. She stated, "Krishana, if you go back to school to learn a foreign language, which we now call world languages, you could do international flights. Then you would be able to see the world and you would earn even more money." This was the first plan that I had received in terms of my future. Since high school, I had always loved Spanish. Therefore, I decided to pursue what Carolyn had shared. I went to Forsyth Tech, where I worked with individuals like Gwen Cook to complete all of the paperwork. I enrolled in the college transfer program. Like many of you, on my first day of classes, I was excited, but also unsure of myself, unsure about the journey ahead of me. I entered the Spanish classroom of a Spanish instructor named Susan Keener, Susie, as she is affectionately known. She would become another great force in my life at Forsyth Tech. On the surface, Susie and I had very little in common. She, a white woman from Hickory, North Carolina, with different political views from me, a different race, and a different socioeconomic class. What mattered was that she cared about people. I've seen this caring touch from so many community members at Forsyth Tech. You just heard a dynamic SGA speech. I also saw this caring touch to the wonderful programs of Beverly Lewis's office, to the inclusive pedagogy curriculum, to the Black Male Mentoring Program, and so much more. In the classroom, Susie pushed me harder than I had ever been pushed. She was a kind, spiritual, and caring person who, like Carolyn, saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. Susie was a fierce advocate and mentor in my life over the 3 years that I was at Forsyth Tech. While I was a student, I also worked as the secretary to the Dean of Arts and Sciences, Dr. John Slade, an African-American man. John set the bar so high. To this day, few people have poured into my life like John Slade and Susie Keener. By the way, they send their regards. I spoke with both of them when preparing my remarks for you today. They are both watching us live. While pursuing my associate's degree, Susie explained that if I wanted to truly be fluent in Spanish, I needed to go abroad. She and I researched programs and scholarships, and I decided to travel to Cuernavaca, Morelos, Mexico, to study for the summer in La Ciudad de la Primavera Eterna, the city of eternal springs. It's 70 degrees there year-round. To be able to afford my summer stay in Mexico, I applied for scholarships, and I worked double shifts at the restaurant. Upon my return to the United States, my Spanish had gone to another level. It was time for me to transfer from Forsyth Tech to a 4-year college. Again, Susie and I researched different schools in the area. I transferred to Salem College, where I received my bachelor's degree in Spanish. While at Salem, Susie called me from Forsyth Tech and told me to look at a master's program at Wake Forest that she recommended. I reviewed the program, and after an interview, I received a full academic scholarship to the Master's in Spanish Education program at Wake Forest University. 6 years after graduating from Wake Forest, I enrolled in a doctoral program at UNC Greensboro, where I received my PhD in cultural studies. After graduating from Wake Forest, I came back to teach Spanish at Forsyth Tech. In 2004, Salem College offered me a full-time teaching position. I had so much trepidation when I had to tell Susie Keener and John Slade that I was leaving Forsyth Tech. They both had been phenomenal mentors. Truly, they were like family to me. I asked for a meeting with both of them to break the news of my departure. Susie began to cry in John Slade's office in Almond and stated that she felt like she was watching her own daughter walk out the door. But she knew that she had to love me enough to let me go. During the meeting, John Slade stated the following: "Krishana, we hate to see you go, but I know that if I ever need you, I can call you and you will come." Now, some 17 years later, it was not Dr. John Slade who called me back to Forsyth Tech, but it was your president, Janet Spriggs. I have worked with Forsyth Tech for the past 4 months as a diversity consultant. My team and I have assisted Forsyth Tech with making progress towards their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. It has been an honor to return to my alma mater to see the incredible work of the members of this community, both named and unnamed, but you know who you are. To the graduating class of 2020, 2021, you are beginning a new journey today. But just like John Slade told me 17 years ago, you can always come back home. You are forever engrafted into the Forsyth Tech family. You have begun a legacy of higher education today that will germinate for generations to come. Do not take your accomplishments lightly. I want to take a moment to acknowledge your village. We all know that you did not get here by yourselves. Staff, faculty, and administrators have shepherded you to this point. I also give honor to your families and to your support communities. I honor our ancestors who prayed that their descendants would fulfill their dreams. Every accolade that we receive is on the backs of those who came before us. We didn't get here by ourselves. Now, in the spirit of all the essays and papers that you have written for your instructors over the years, I have opened this address with an introduction of the historical context of the late 1990s. I have shaped the body with my journey through Forsyth Tech, and now I will offer my conclusion. In closing, I will read a few sentences. They will have all prepositional phrases, such as look up or look down. I would like for you to look in the direction of the word that I call. For example, if I say look up, I want you to physically look up. If I say look down, I want you to physically look down. So here we go. As you prepare to walk across this stage today, or virtually, and you enter this exciting new phase of your journey as a college graduate, let us reflect together. Please look to your left and look to your right. This is so that you can acknowledge that you did not get here alone. Look behind you to acknowledge the need to pull someone else along with you. Look up to acknowledge that there is something greater and bigger and more meaningful than we ourselves. Now look straight ahead. You did it. You are one step closer to becoming a member of the Forsyth Tech graduating classes of 2020 and 2021. Go forth and change the world. Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Hines Gaither, thank you so much for that inspirational address. And we are so proud to be your alma mater and are eternally grateful for your influence and guidance in making Forsyth Tech truly a place of promise. Dr. Spriggs, as the Chief Academic Officer of Forsyth Technical Community College, I present these candidates to you on the recommendation of our faculty for conferral of their degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Dr. Spriggs and our board chair will acknowledge our graduates and present the degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Graduates, please remain seated until the marshals indicate that your row should come forward. And as you walk across the stage to receive your degrees and have your photo taken, you may remove your mask if you so choose. Ladies and gentlemen, we will recognize each graduate by name. Please keep your applause brief so we can hear each name as it is called. We will have time after all the graduates have been recognized to celebrate. Giselle Alvarez. Caitlin Eastman. Justin Christian. That's right. Benjamin Comer Taylor.
Congratulations, Benjamin.
Zachary Price. Alexis Flincham. Sasha Uria. Chloe Fletcher. Juan Gonzalez Castillo. Lola Knight. Daryl Jones. Melanie Kalan Sanchez. Josephine Salgado.
Congratulations. Hi, how are you? Thank you.
Kendra Dickerson.
Congratulations, Kendra. Good job. Thank you.
Faith Springs. Cody Mitchell. Sarah Mitchell. Stephen Durick. Adrian Tate. Christian Wilson.
Congrats, Christian. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jesus Ales Saavedra.
Here you go.
Brittany Hensel.
Thank you.
Nicholas Kia.
Congrats, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Slide over this way. Fantastic.
Abigail Atkins.
Neil, congrats. Congratulations.
Zachary McManus.
Thank you.
Scarlett Dahmer.
Scarlett, congrats.
Ethan Vandermeer.
Hi, Ethan. Congratulations. Thank you.
Kayla Smith.
Hi, Kayla. Congratulations. How are you? Congrats. You're welcome.
Hannah Zimmerman.
Congrats, Hannah. Hi. Congratulations.
Nathaniel Gehrig Hartzell.
Thank you.
Elizabeth Vaughn.
Great mask. You guys do that? Slide this way a little bit. Thank you.
Julianne Garr.
Thank you. You too.
Katrina Potts. Bailey Joyce. Simran Sanders.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Kevin Carter.
Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
Trish Robinson.
Congratulations. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Trevor Staton.
Congratulations.
Kenzie Bowling.
Congratulations. Can I take that down?
Waverly Pitts.
Congratulations.
Jasmine Morrison. Jacob Dupree. LaShawn Scales.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Olivia Carroll. Ali Shabazz. Kayla Smith.
Got it? You want me to hold your umbrella, hon? That's quite all right. I'll hold it for our picture. How about that? There you go. Congratulations. Take care.
Mackenzie Howell.
Congratulations.
Danielle Barber.
Yeah.
Cassie Kretschmer.
Congratulations. Are you heading?
Alexis Lund. Puente, yes. Teresa Puente Pratt. Olivia Apathi. Nathaniel Sprinkle. Ashley Burek. Alexander O'Shields. Sarah Jackson. Heidi Enriquez Hernandez. David Dela Cruz. Christian McGarrett. Carly Lawson. Brittany Phillips. Monica Sissick. Kristen Atkinson. Victoria Spraggins. Angel Powell. Brandon Lessard. Brooklyn Levonis. Brianna Dennis. Gian Rientis. John Manuat. Logan Freeman. Natalie Barham. Austin Smith. Caleb Webb. Andrea Kane. Selena Aldridge Everhart. Anna Ronk. Annalena Tavares. Terrence Moody. Heather Randolph. Miguel Rivera. Jacqueline Hendricks. Jordan White. Isabella Amoruso. Hope Isabella Amoruso. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You too.
Desiree Stone. Tiberius Greenwood. Nora Mills. Hannah Hayes. Abigail Creasy. William Hernandez Valadez. Brittany Jones. James Taylor. Ashley Holden.
Thank you.
Jordan Beam. Dawn Marshall. Danielle Taban. Precious Grace De Castro Castillo. Emily Moran. Sarah Wadford. Donna Zelinzak. Nancy Trejo Barcenas. Christian Duggins. Andrew Platel. Catherine Baker. Kendall Sharp. Lauren McDaniel. Lilith Seeley. Brianna Hutcherson. Ren Howell. Naya Pelsinger. Jesse Holbrook. Piper Jennings. Anna Grace Judy. Grace Vickers. Austin Wright. Albie Ziva. Ariana Carter. Jaden Thrasher. Hilda Ramirez. Latoya Kirkland. Janelle Austin. Isabella Riddle. Anna Flores. Rachel Colvin.
Rachel, I love you. Thank you. Take care. Hi.
Michelle Cho. Willie Wilson. Lauren Yui. Kaylee Thomas. Christian Walker. Ava Cox.
Thank you. Okay, are we taking another? No. Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry, that's okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. Sorry, I missed that.
Daniela de Nunez Cruz. Trayvon McClam. Ashanti Dixon. Sparsha Gouda. Isabella Scarborough.
Congratulations. Good job. Thank you.
Benny Ferguson.
Congratulations.
Amanda Elder.
Hi, congrats.
Unijah Bullard. Adun Akinola. Amanda Burchett.
Thank you so much. You too.
Oniluniosin Abuliman. Emi Abuliman. Kayla Douglas. Samantha Burt. Justina Kamel. Crystal Dixon. Alma Palue Cervantes. Jesse Urbina. Hannah Griffin. Janiyah Hawkins. Juan Alvarado. Okay. Christian Lloyd and Anna Akers.
Hi. Twofer. There you go. You want to get one on each side? All right. Thank you. Take care. Congratulations. Hi.
Dominique Arnett. Brantley Lynch.
Brantley, congratulations. Great work. Take care.
Alexandra Cervello.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
Ruby Villalobos. Shelly Rodriguez Bermudez. Brenda Martinez Serrano. Haley O'Neill. Jenna Lee. Benjamin Rivera. Alejandra Leon. Stephanie Kyle. Kristen Henderson. Stacy Carrillo Law.
Hi, Stacy. Congratulations. Thank you. It's the first they forgot one of my last names. Yadira Fernandez.
Yadira Fernandez Delgado.
Congratulations.
Kennedy Nin. Yajira de Jesus Dominguez. Mayer Eldib. Raven Johnson. James Walker.
Hi, James. So good to see you. Congrats.
Octavius Sly.
Congrats, my friend. You can take your time.
Carissa Dark. Back. You want me to keep?
Hey, got this for you. Thank you.
Lanisha Waring. Jolene Vadaboncourt.
Thank you so much. Stay out of frame. I know.
Makiba McHale. Jenna Howell. Dorothy Moody. Maria Ramirez Guthrie. Bianca Perez.
Okay, you can be seated. You can be seated. Okay. Graduates and honored guests, I am proud to tell you that between the classes of 2020 and 2021, we have a total of 3,650 graduates receiving degrees, diplomas, and certificates. And our graduates range in age from 16 to 75, with an average age of 24. As you may know, among our graduates today are students from our Forsyth Middle College program and our Forsyth and Stokes County Early College programs. These programs provide the opportunity for students to take high school diploma, to earn a high school diploma and a 2-year degree, or credits transferable to a 2-year or 4-year college tuition-free. All of our students who are still with us, please stand. All the students earning an Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Fine Arts, Associate in Engineering, Associate in General Education, or Associate in Applied Science, a degree, diploma, or certificate, now is the moment you have been waiting for, the conferral. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the great state of North Carolina and the State Board of Community Colleges, the Board of Trustees of Forsyth Technical Community College, and our esteemed Forsyth Tech faculty, I hereby confer upon you the degrees, diplomas, and certificates you have earned with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates. You may now move your tassel. My wish for each graduate here today is that you will let your dreams guide you to your life's purpose, and when you find it, do not be afraid to live your purpose with passion every day and live a life that leaves the world a better place because of the difference you have made. It is my privilege to congratulate our graduates one last time. Please, everyone, join me in a round of applause for the 2020 and 2021 graduates of Forsyth Technical Community College. This concludes our commencement celebration. Thank you, and congratulations again, graduates, faculty, and staff. We now prepare for the recessional. Please stand and remain standing until our graduates have completed their recessional. Thank you.